All right, guys, if you guys have been watching since the beginning of this channel, you know that I started building a rat rod truck that I wanted to look like a NASCAR from the 50s, kind of was just the look I was going for. Well, I got to a point where I got mad at it and I got tired of working on it, and I kind of had to order some parts that cost a little bit of money, and I didn't have very much money. So I still don't have very much money, but I figured I'd better get back on the truck. I also moved the truck out to work on Sean's truck, the 62 C20 we were building. The last few episodes prior to working on this bad boy behind me. So yeah, I'll give you guys a quick tour of the truck to remind you what it looked like, and then there'll be some more build series coming out, videos on that. Stay tuned, let's get this freaking truck walked around and I'll tell you guys what the plans are with it and what we're gonna do. All right, we'll start with the garage shut, but then we might open it up because, as you can tell, it's a parking lot in here with vehicles. There's 6. Well, that's like a half of a car. That's just a big go-kart. There's a little car behind that. Anyways, all right, so this is my 1950 something cobbled together Chevy pickup. It has a nose outside. I'll pop a quick picture of that on the screen right now. As you can tell, that nose is not bolted on. It's sitting on the ground, but it will be bolted on eventually. We just got to get it to where it's drivable. So this thing has ran. It has not driven. I got to take an inch or so, maybe 2 inches out of that drive line right there. Got new U-joints. It bolts in, but it's super tight, so it'll bind up if we go over like a pebble. So we don't want that. It's got a bottle opener on it. That's cool. I did a name reveal on it. Lowmater, as you can tell. It's got a pretty cool sticker decal there. If you guys want one of those, hit me up. They're like $8 or something, $10. I haven't made a price up. So we walk around the truck. The theme of this was stock car. As you can tell, I like racing, so got that one there, that one there. And this one here is gonna be a race car eventually. But yeah, so I like racing, so I put a number 5 on it with some rattle can, and then I sand it off a little bit. I'm gonna do more so that it fades out more and it looks like it'd been sitting, the number's been sitting as long as the truck has. So yeah, I put Hoosier wheels and Hoosier tires. I think they're Bart wheels, but I'm not positive. Yeah, they're Bart rims. I actually bought them for the Monte Carlo, but when you don't know what you're doing, you buy the wrong size wheels. So those are 7 inches wide. I wanted 8s. I didn't know that. I wanted that, but now I do. Had to pop the door so we had a little more light inside. Anyways, as for the motor, it is a 283 small block Chevy. Headers. It's got like a 3-speed, I think they're called top loader or something, rock crusher transmission behind it. This setup might go away. The whole manual or clutch issue that I'm having with everything I build. So we might either pull that out and buy one of those little hydraulic clutch kits, or my buddy's got a Buick motor, put it behind an automatic Buick, or put an automatic Buick transmission behind it. We haven't decided quite what we're gonna do yet. That's a sheer possibility of the plan. However, I really don't know yet. This radiator is way too nice for the truck. Sean gave it to me. It was in one of his trucks that we were working on. Yeah, it's a really nice aluminum radiator. We'll build some kind of air suckalizing thing to get the air to whew. Anyways, moving on. Carb's way too nice. Also is not mine. Just on there to make sure that motor ran. We didn't want to do any carb adjustments to try to get the motor to run, so we just threw that carb on there, which is good to go. It is on a S10 chassis, so this is a, like, I couldn't even tell you. Maybe I have a picture of it that'll pop up. Maybe not. It's an S10 chassis. I've cut a bunch off the front so we could get this to fit on it. But yeah, so it's an S10 chassis. It's shortened, I think 7, maybe 11 inches. I can't remember. It was a single cab long bed, and this is a 50 short bed step side. So yeah, it's lowered, I think 3 in the front, 3 in the back, maybe. I got to remember all this. I'll have to go back and watch my own videos because I don't remember what I did. This side, obviously, we haven't put a number on it yet. The interior is real good. We'll get to that in a sec. Moving back here, see, I like this. It looks cool. Kind of aerodynamics. So moving back here, like I said, stock car look. So I mounted the fuel cell. I bought a cheap, I think it's $100, $120 fuel cell. Maybe a little more, I can't remember. Mounted that there. Electric fuel pump, obviously not period correct, but I got to get fuel to the motor. Okay. It's got one of these little S10 rear ends that We'll probably break the second we sneeze, but it's there. Coming back here, as you can tell, I built a license plate NASCAR looking spoiler with some like something 16th rod back here holding it up so it looked official and legitimate like the real NASCARs. I was gonna put the real spoiler holder thingers on there, but well, they're just like 30 bucks a piece. So yeah, we got the states all closest to me were the ones that I could get. I live in Washington, so I got Oregon, Idaho, California, and Old Washington, and a New Washington. Okay, guys, so moving into the interior now. I don't have the doors bolted on, so it's gonna, so the bolts are probably never gonna show up. All right, so if you guys have been watching this from the beginning, you know this whole point of this project was to learn. So I wanted to build my own seat. I wanted to patch my own floorboards. I wanted to build a middle console. I wanted to do it all, right? So that's what I did. So the middle console's here. As you can tell, I built it out of 1x1. It's eventually gonna have sheet metal on it to kind of go with the theme. That little panel right there that says Brand 5 Garage, we'll see what comes of that. It looks cool from here, but it doesn't really fit. So we'll figure something out with that. Floorboards, I painted this kind of cream white. I did that because it was kind of a period correct color, I think. I don't know. Put me a race car style steering wheel. This is actually for that Monte Carlo, but it's in here now. So race car style steering, and then we'll see what we do about the shifter. That's just 1x1 on what's left of the little shiftalizer thing. So yeah, we still got some holes to patch up. That's what license plates are good for. Switches all work. Well, the two we tried work. I think fuel pump and ignition, and then the start button, which is currently not right there. All right, guys, so I think I showed you guys a long time ago what my plan was for the bed cover, like a tonneau cover, because it's got a bunch of raw metal in there. Don't want it to rust too quick. So I bought, went on the Amazon, whatever it's called. So I went there and I bought me some cool old signs. So Sunoco, you guys have liked one of my things on Instagram, which that tickled my fancy. You know, you got a bunch of these old signs, right? They're new, but they're old, the reproduction. They're aluminum, so they shouldn't rust. But I got a bunch of them. Not enough, but I got some. So I'm gonna keep ordering those, different sizes, patch something cool together, probably put maybe a piece of wood down, screw them to the wood, or like aluminum strips to go across. On hinges would be cool, but we'll see what comes of that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for where we're at with this. All right, guys, so since filming that little doohickey there, I have rearranged the shop for better access to work on stuff, since I have so much stuff to work on. So we're gonna get the rat rod slid over. I push the race car out, that way. We'll slide this over this way, and we'll start working on it. Go over what I'm gonna work on today, and we'll see how far we get. It's close, but it's far away, so bear with me. All right, like I've said in the past, when you get tired of working on something, put it to the side and work on something else, right? So this truck ended up over at Sean's house while we were building bovine, and waving at my neighbor. It's back. I got a ton of things I need to do to it. Oh, look, hail damage. And we're just gonna start hammering on it. It's obviously not gonna be like a pristine show truck. It's a driver. It's something that I'm learning how to weld on, which I've kind of figured out at this point. I just had my welder set at the wrong temp for 37 years. But yeah, so we're gonna start working on this, getting this thing in, done, ready to roll. I think the goal here today is to try to wrap up the interior on this thing. Obviously, I got to build another seat. That's a whole nother day's episode that I'm not going to worry about. I just need one to drive it, right? Race cars only have one. So I need to, well, either pull the doors off, paint the doors, or just leave them for now. I got to make covers for all these out of sheet metal or tin, whatever I can find, same thing. And then wrap some stuff up. This is like tacked on right here. There's a window there. This is tacked on, so I need to fully weld out that. Obviously, I don't want to lose steering while I'm going down the freeway because, well, crashes. And this thing is not safe. Safety 8. Anyways, so we're going to start maybe looking at the interior. I'll figure out what I'm going to do, and I'll let you guys know. Okay guys, so like doors are off. Well, door, that one's just open. To get me into the interior here, I can start working on stuff. I need to mount these floor pans, which are gonna look super ghetto, which is fine because I don't care that much. So I'm just gonna get them level, tack them in, and then we'll fill these air vents down here. The carbon fiber with license plates, that's the term. And then it'll add to the whole theme-sis of the truck. There's mouse poop on this floorboard. I gotta let Sean know that because he's fighting a mice problem. All right, also I gotta get this seat mounted to the original seat bracket bucket thing. I'd like for it to be removable, but I don't think that's gonna be a thing other than unbolting this, which is fine. Maybe put some license plates there. So I got to do all that. I got to vacuum it out, obviously, because there's a bunch of junk in there. And then we'll go from there. Also, I've been asked by people, are you just going to sit on that? Maybe. No, I'm kidding. What I'm going to do here is probably cut a piece of, like, I don't know, OSB or something. I have a ton of it. Cut a piece of OSB for a butt pad and then a back pad. Maybe leave that open, put some speed holes in it or something. I haven't decided yet. It looks kind of cool how it is, but obviously driving 13 feet down the road is going to start hurting my weak back as it is. But yeah, so I think that's going to be the plan with that. Obviously, I'll build another seat for when I feel like taking people with me. So never. All right, guys, sadly, that's going to be the end of this video. My little guy fell off a chair and broke his collarbone. So to get a video out to you guys, like I'm going to try to do more consistently, I just had to end it there. We spent like a lot of hours in the emergency room and it wasn't very fun. So thank you guys for watching Brand 5 Garage. Hit that like, subscribe button, all that cool stuff. Let's get this thing to 1,000. I'm at like 440 something posting this video. So let's get up to 1,000. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And if you have, I thank you so much. Brand 5 Garage, I'm out.